Well, good afternoon, YouTube folks, and thank you for voting in the first ever test of democracy on whether you guys wanted to see my shitty video or not. And democracy played itself out, and I posted them up. And it's a really bad video, just hitting metal all the time. I'm really subdued, and when I watched it, I was just like, wow, this is fucking boring. But we're back at it today. We sold the oak, and we sold the offcuts. The offcuts that I posted up in one of those videos that I put up on Facebook Marketplace for $5 a piece. They sold in like 2 minutes. I had 3 people just fighting me for them, and unfortunately, I told one guy I'd wait till Saturday for him to pick them up, or I would have had 2 different people here picking them up today. So I'm back now on to milling pitch pine for the roof of the timber frame for Ben Silva. And I had this log in the way, so I'm going to mill it first. I'm running some Stellicut resharp bands, so you get to see how they run. This log's approximately 10 feet long. You can tell because you have 8 feet from there to that bunk, and it's kind of stepping by about 2 feet. A little more than 2 feet, actually. It's probably closer to 11. We are going to cant this out. It's like a 17-inch log, so it should cant out around 12 inches. But it does have a little bit of sweep to it, too. So probably won't get 12. If you look down at it, I don't know if you can see it, but it sweeps like that. That's going to kill the cant. It's a cant killer. So it should end up canting out somewhere maybe around 10. I can cut 1x10s out of it. We need true 1x material for Ben Silvas timber frame roof. And the log that I want to cut is the monster 20-footer that's right here. I'm only going to cut it at 16, but it's going to be cut down. And this one just happened to be in the way, so let's run the Stellicut band and rip it. So we're going to go at this, I don't know, kind of hard. And we'll see how fast we can cut with the Stellicut pin. I'm kind of glad I came around because I did see that I got the thing dogged off. It's kind of a weird shape. And I got the thing dogged off, and these two aren't touching the stop. So I got to kick this over a little bit so it touches the stop, or it'll move when I'm cutting it, and that would ruin the registration surface on the top. So we are going to blast this thing into a cant and go from there. So I'm going to pause you guys 1 second. I got Danny running around chasing chipmunks, and got a lot of compliments on the shed. And we're going to blast it into 1-inch material. So hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so we got her dogged off, and we're going to start this party about 16 inches off the deck here. I am going to push this band a little bit. I want to see how it cuts being pushed. Make sure that I don't have any crap that's going to wipe it immediately in the sap in the end here. So we are going to push this band a little bit. You'll see how quick we can get it to cut. And this is one I've reground to 7 degrees. It's not a 10-degree band anymore. It's a 7-degree band. And it feels ridiculous sharp. This is kind of get a little bit of just kind of dusty sand in its bark. But we'll start it up 16. We'll kick it through. We'll flip it over. Go from there. Well, let's try it and let's see what the Stellicut band can do. It's a pretty light cut. I'll take, I'm going to drop 15. All right, let's take it right there. So that was pushing that band pretty hard. This pitch pine wood is pretty tough. I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. Pretty good surface finish. That was, like I said, that was going at it pretty hard for. Oh, you dirtbag. Log just settled back on my stop. I mean, on my dog. Let's flip this thing over, do the man thing, and unless you're Kelly from Norwood, and then you do the woman thing. Oh my God. Come on. All right. One dogger. That is up like 9, so we're just gonna make sure we stay away from that. This cut's gonna be about 14-ish. Let's try it there. Nope, that's all. Get it on deeper. I'm ready to go back up to at least 13. There's not going to be any board out of this push, so I can just go ahead and drop to 13 just to keep the numbers even. Let me just take a look at how even we are here. Danny, what's up? You know, maybe we'll just go ahead and flip it on the side now. It's a weird log. It's just not sitting very good at all. Kind of need to go all the way over with it right now and put it horns up. If I flip it this way, it's going to be in a weird, we'll see what it looks like, but it's going to be in a weird orientation. Danny? Oh, damn, that's heavy. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not sitting horrible. Except where it's just over rotated. It's not sitting horrible at all. I think this actually works. So, if you have log dog assist, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to show you what I have found. It's the most valuable thing about log dog assist. Because I can't get it to work good, like from a rolling standpoint, but it's a great second set of hands. I'm going to show you what I do with it. I know I talk about it a lot. I'll explain it right now. So right now, my log is over rotated, which is a pain in the ass. And if it's a super big log and you work in manual like I do, you might as well just roll it all the way over. You can see it's way over rotated. It's really, really hard to get this bottom back in on a heavy log. However, if you have log dog assist, what you can do is if you stick this thing in the bottom here, let me get it down one more click maybe. I'm gonna go up a click. When you pull this log back, if you get this thing stuffed in it, okay, when you pull back on the top, it will dig in and will push the bottom that way. And it works really good like that to get the log back under rotated again. And then you can leave it in there and it'll kind of hold it. And we'll square this thing up. That's I know that it seems like it's stupid and simple, but that's really hard to do on a lot of mills. In a lot of dog setups, that's really hard to do. Seems dumb, but oh, it just went over. Damn it. Just went over again. It's just because I have it frowny side up. Just gonna so I just beat that thing down in. So it's grabbing down in here. And when I pull back on the top, it's gonna kick the bottom that way a little bit. Without taking you off your stops. So now it's just going to make me look like an asshole, which is going to make me go at this log even harder. So right there is perfect. It does not like sitting here at all. I'm going to under rotate it just a little bit so it kicks over into the stops more. And now, hopefully, I can get the thing square this time. Hopefully I'm up against my stops. It does not like sitting square. All right, so right now I'm perfect. I'm trying to dog it down low somewhere without removing my, since I know this is the lowest point, get it right there. Make sure it's still perfect. We'll throw 3 dogs. Yeah, it's perfect. We'll throw 3 dogs in it. But that's what I'm doing with when I say with the log dog assist, getting it to rotate back. And that thing does work well for that. It also works well as an extra hand if you're rolling a heavy log to be able to brace it up. Or you use a wedge like that. Or you're smart like Dave Boynton, you make wedges that fit over these that you can just slide in, because Dave's really smart and I'm really not. He's really good looking and I'm really ugly. He's really in good shape and I'm really not. All right, so we're going to take top off this thing. Danny, where are you? Just going to keep an eye on the dog while I'm doing this. 16 looks like the cut. This is all kind of honing in, guys, around that 12-inch cant, believe it or not. Definitely get some more support here. Now, because of the gullet depth on the Stellicut bands not being as deep as the Turbo 7s, it doesn't like to go as fast, but it does cut well like this. So I still have a little bit of wane on the top. I think I'm going to go ahead and take a flitch off this. I was at 16, so I'm going to drop to 14 7/8. That should be a 1-inch board. When you're pushing hard on it like I am, you're not so much pushing hard on its ability to cut. You're pushing hard on its ability to clear the sawdust that's getting in the gullets and filling it up and keeping the band from digging in. We're on the Turbo 7s, the gullets are deeper, so it can go faster. So we have ourselves a flitch. We'll flip this thing over. These boards by no means have to be beautiful and gorgeous. I want to give him kind of the widest ones I can, as long as they're an even number. We have to come up with an even number on the width so that he can match them up without having to rip them all down in the field. And he would rip them all down in the field because he's that kind of guy. But we want to try to give him even numbers. So in other words, making them 2x10s, 2x12s, 2x8s, I mean 1x10s, 8s, whatever. We are going to see. Oh. Let me see what my width is right now. I might want to take a flitch off the side. If I had a good place to measure it, I'd say it's probably around 12 7/8. Let's just get it squared up first. We'll worry about weighing later. I'm going to drop this down about halfway down the log, so down to about 4. Make sure they're kind of all even, or it will cause a problem. Get this one up to 4. I need to put this one back up to 4 because that one is going to be on the face cut on the falling cut, and it'll ride on it funny. We'll get this thing squared up. It smells a lot like pea. We'll end up somewhere around 12-inch cant. Might even make this cut at 12. It's going to be a little light. I'm going to make it at 12 first. So I have Wayne here, here, there, and there. Probably just going to go ahead and rip one right out of this right now. Make sure I was right at 12. Yep, I drop right to a 10 7/8. Take a piece right off. We'll get this flitch off. We'll take a look at it. I might know the whole thing at whatever our width is. If we're at 12 wide, I might know the whole thing right down right now. The only good part about going the other way is I get rid of a little bit of wane. I mean, but these are just roofing panels, so right now I'm at 10 7/8 by 13. All right, so I got a little bit of wane on this side. I think what I'm going to do, almost nothing on this side, little teeny bit. I think I'll just flip it up one more time and just cut them all at that would be at I'm at like just over 13, so I can actually cut this to 12, 13 1/8, just about. Big question is whether I want to cut them at 10s or 12s. I think I want to cut them at, you know what, it probably makes more sense to cut them at 10s. And I'll tell you why. When I cut some of these big logs, I'd love to get 12s, but the chances are more likely that you're going to get 10s. I think I will just cut this next piece. Gosh, right to 12. Could just mill the whole thing right out right here. Mill them at what, they're 10s right now, right? They're like 11s. Oh, they were 10 7/8. Just a little bit of wane on this, making it hard to measure. Yeah. I think I'm going to mill this at 12 right now. And flip it on its side, mill it out. I can go either way here, guys. So I'm at 12 on its side. Probably going to just mill it out at 12 on its side. Give them 12-inch planks. Just got to keep them stored really flat, boys and girls. Yeah, I think we'll just throw it on its side and mill out 12-inch planks. In reference to board feet, it doesn't matter. It works out the same either way, no matter which way you mill it. You're still getting the same amount of coverage out of this log. Unless one way throws you way off, so you got to make a big correction. Let's throw the stops all the way down and just mill this right out. And we'll go at it as hard as we can with this band. Get this one out of the way. So we're giving him 1x12s. Should be 12. Yeah, perfect. All right, we're going to get ourselves on scale. So let's see, 2 1/8, 3 1/4, 4 3/8, 5 1/2. So put it at 5 1/2. Set our one. We're on almost on scale. 1 inch scale right there. Come back up. Don't know how high we are. We'll find out. So we're gonna rock to, I think, this mark. Oh, it's just gonna miss. That sucks. All right, we'll rock to this mark. It's 10 inches. Just gotta keep a mental note that 10 inches also is on scale, 1 inch scale. This ends up being like a 3/4 board. Next cut to like 8 7/8. Two up, next cut's at 7 3/4. Because the top board is like a 3/4 board, you can just go up the amount of cranks. Every crank up is 1 inch. So if you got 3 boards here, just go up 3 cranks. You're clear. Next cut is at 6 5/8, up 3 cranks. All right, up 4 cranks. Next cut's at 5 1/2. Okay, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cranks. Next cut is at 4 3/8. Okay, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cranks. Next cut's going to be at 3 1/4. 6 cranks. Get it out of the way. We'll pull a couple boards off. That should get us enough room to finish it. This one's a 3 1/4 board, is going to be almost good for nothing. It'll be good for keeping on top of the other boards, maybe. These have to be stickered or you'll end up with mold all over them. We'll finish her off and see how long it took us to cut this log 1x12s. Came out really nice. Hi, Danny. Here comes Danny. Here comes Danny. Thing's cut beautifully flat, beautifully smooth. It's not as fast as a Turbo 7 band, but it's cuts way flatter. Just make sure I'm less than 8 and I can finish it. I'm at 8. I'm going to take one more. No, I'm good. I'm good. I can go 8 deep. I don't have to go 8 deep. I only have to go 7. So let's drop it to that 3 and whatever that mark was. Around 3 1/4. Exactly 3 1/4. Of 4 1/2 cranks. 1, 2, 3, 4 1/2, because we don't have the 3 1/4 one on the top now. Drop the 2 1/8. I'm going to cut it 1 and we're all done. See how long it took to do this log with video. There's a resharp Stellicut. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 1/2 cranks up, drop it to 1. 2, 4, 5 1/2. Yep. Clean the sawdust. If you don't clean the sawdust off this side, you won't be able to go to 1. It's a flawed mill. Drop it down to 1. Make sure we clear our dogs. Pick it up like 8, just over 8 and like 9. Shut it off. Kill our water. Bring it back. All done. So let's check out the time that it took to mill that log out. 35 minutes total with video, everything. So that's not bad. I will get these all off. You can see the pattern on the end. It cut nice and even. See, even as fast as I was pushing it, the edge is nice and straight. Planks are nice and straight. Hopefully you can see down that plank. A nice clean corner. Nice and flat. That's it. Now I got to deal with a 16 footer. So this is just the beginning. Oh, my tripod's falling apart. This thing. Oh my God. Now I'm going to cut that one down to like 16.2. 16 like 3 is almost my max. I think I can cut 16.7, but you got to get real close to the band. The process is exactly the same. It's just doing it with way more giant pieces. I will pull all these slab cuts out of here. I want to start staying cleaner and try not to just come out here and go at it like a maniac all day and not pay attention to staying clean. I want to start staying cleaner as I go, so I don't have so much work. You know, I have to devote a whole day to cleaning up the sawmill. I want to slow down just a little bit and kind of do it as I go. So that's a little bit of a change for me. I will show you one thing, the pine Allen that I've been testing. So typically, you guys know me, I used to run pine saw. Well, I found this pine Allen at Home Depot, and I've been running that with Ajax instead of Dawn. I did not put Ajax in this morning. I just put pine Allen in water. Let's take a look at the band on this pitchy pitch pine. This is a pitch pine. Let's see how clean the band is. Look at that, boys and girls, huh? How good is that on a pine log? Look at it. Beautiful. Nice and clean. Anything on here wipes right off. The other thing that I've found is the pine Allen coats the band somehow. So if you do leave your bands on, I typically take mine off at night, but if you leave them on and you see that little drip right there, they don't rust up. I don't know what that is in the pine Allen, but that's how good it leaves your band. Cutting a pitch pine, not just a white pine, an actual pitch pine with all kinds of pitch. You see in the sapling, you only have that little spot of heartwood. That's really, really good to be running like that and keep your band that clean. Mechanics gloves. You can see I got holes in them now. Got a hole there. Got a growing hole here. My finger will almost fit through it at some point. These lasted me about 2 weeks of work. And you know, I went out of pretty good, you know, kind of 7 days a week for 2 weeks working on that shed. So I will get that feedback back to them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 1x12s. I'll get 3 out of these flitches, so we'll end up with 12 boards, somewhere between 1x12 and 1x10. But it will have at least 10 1x12s, because one of those flitches will definitely create a 12. So that's, you know, that's a pretty good yield for that log. We didn't lose a lot. Went fast, it cut smooth, it cut straight. We're going to run the shit out of this band, see how far it can go. I actually might sharpen a couple this afternoon, because I love having those Stellicut bands out here. I still have a box, I think, of 8 of the Turbo 7s without going into sharpening any of the like 40 that I have lying around that need to be sharpened. Hopefully I can wait till the sawmill shed is got a door on it and has got my sharpening station set up, but would like to have another 1 or 2 of the Stellicut bands out here just as I'm doing this pine, because they're just so nice to run with. They run so flat. They're an absolute home run. 5,000 board feet on a face grind, 3,000 board feet on a new new band plus 3,000 plus board feet, and just they cut flat and smooth. They're a joy to run. So that's all it is for Danny and myself. Look at him. Look at him hunting. Hey, Danny. 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 He's in his nose right now. He doesn't even hear me. Danny. Hey, you want to say goodbye to the people? You want to wag your tail? Dan? 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 He's in his nose. He barely even hears me. For me and Danny, this is Fire Solutions out.